All right, everybody, I suspect we're live by now. So, as always, let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know how the audio is. Let me know how the music balancing is. And then once I confirm we're live here, we're going to start talking about Mousehold, a very exciting Pokemon and a very powerful one, I think, honestly. But I'll save the talk till I'm certain we're rolling. Where are you? I'm right here. I'll be here in just a moment, Santan. Apologies for the slight delay. And there we go. Okay, we're live. So let's talk about it. Mousehold, I think, is an extremely promising Pokemon. So I guess first I can kind of just explain what this Pokemon is, what it does. So I like to do the form. So Mousehold has a really, really nice, well, I'll go over the stats first. Mousehold has a really nice base 111 speed. Lets it outspeed, all those base 110s, which, if you look in OU, speed, see 110, really, really nice. That gets you the Ogre Pond forms, it gets you Wake, so many Pokemon get outsped by Mousehold. It's a great speed tier to have. And you see the next jump up is Ival. So like that 111 is a great range to be in. Obviously everything wants to be faster. Almost everything. So it'd be nice if it was super, super fast. But generally Mousehold is really, really, really solid speed-wise. So the next thing it does, here's the thing. It gets Technician. So 60 base power less have 1.5 times power. It also gets a move called Population Bomb. 20 base power each, hits 10 times. So already 200 base power. With Technician, that's 300 base power. But there's a problem, right? Each hit can miss, and if it misses, you're done. So obviously with 90 accuracy, you're basically never going to hit all 10 hits, except when you put on Wide Lens. So this multiplies the accuracy of attacks by 1.1 times, which normally isn't that good because, it helps with accuracy more the higher the accuracy is, right? So if you have Focus Blast, you put on a Wide Lens, it's only going to be 77% accurate. But here's the thing about Population Bomb. It's not 90 accuracy overall, and it's not like, they multiply 0.9 by 0.9 to the power of 10, and then that's the accuracy Wide Lens is applied to, or anything like that. The Wide Lens is applied to each individual hit. So with Wide Lens, each hit has a 99% chance of hitting. So most of the time, you will get 10 hits. I think over 90% of the time, you're going to get all 10 hits with Wide Lens. And then in addition to that, Mousehold gets another crazy good move, Tidy Up. Clears all substitutes and hazards, and you get +1 speed and attack. So it's basically like Dragon Dance, except clearing hazards. This cannot be blocked. Goldengo, Tidy Up is used on the stage and Mousehold itself. So if a Goldengo tries to come in, doesn't matter, not going to stop it. Ghost types can't block it, Goldengo can't block it, good as nothing is going to block Tidy Up, except anything can outspeed and either kill or taunt or do something to Mousehold that's going to block it, flinch it, whatever. So the fact that Mousehold is this fast and has Tidy Up makes it pretty much one of the best removal Pokemon ever. If you want to really make sure hazards are not on the field, Mousehold will get you there better than anything else. And that is without exception. It's the best. Well, other than, I guess, Cincino can also do the same thing, but a little bit faster, but it's worse for a lot of other reasons, because Mousehold, you really want this Population Bomb. I thought Cincino might be kind of competitive with Mousehold, but the Population Bomb is just too good to give up. And then for the last few slots, there are options. If you have moves like U-Turn, you almost always run Encore on Mousehold. It's really nice that it gets this fast Encore user, and for the last slot, pretty much everybody runs Bite. Normally a terrible move, but as you can imagine, with Population Bomb killing almost everything, you want a way to hit Ghost types, which are immune to Population Bomb. Bite with Technician gives you a 90 base power Dark move with a flinch chance. If Mousehold got Knockoff, it would prefer that, especially because it likes to remove Rocky Helmets. But unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, it does not. What am I trying to say here? Brain blanked out for a second. Unfortunately, it does not get Knockoff. So you generally want Knockoff users on the rest of the team. So you can kind of take advantage of that. And of course, you just run max speed, max attack. Usually it's not very bulky. You really just want to go with an offensive set. So there are kind of two things Mousehold is good for. So one, screens. Mousehold fits really well on screens because screens teams often don't want to set hazards. They just kind of want hazards to not be there. And then also Mousehold takes advantage of screens well because it's, it's pretty frail. And screens allow it to tidy up, allow it to actually like take a hit or two instead of, just usually most games it can take like one hit if it's not that strong of a hit. And then that's pretty much all it gets. And the second thing is just, hazard hating offense and HO. So Mousehold can work really well on those kinds of teams. Does Mousehold not just fold to any normal resist or immunity? So that's the other thing. Mousehold isn't a sweeper. It's primarily a support Pokemon, which is I think something a lot of people get wrong about Mousehold and why I think it's severely underused. So I believe Mousehold is a straight up OU viable Pokemon. I don't think it's like an idea I'm trying. I don't think this is like, oh, maybe it'll work. Like I think Mousehold is just straight up legitimately good. It's niche. Shouldn't be everywhere, but I think it's just straight up good. I think it is just a firmly good OU viable Pokemon. Yeah. Now, as far as, it's beat up. That's kind of interesting. That could be something. 'Cause, yeah, with the Technician beat up, like Terra Dark, Mousehold, like sweeping. That could be interesting to try that. Wow, but then it's just so weak to, yeah, well, it's just so weak to Helmet still, even with the beat up, but maybe worth trying one day. Oh, and these Mouseholds almost always run Terra Dark or Ghost. Kind of depends. Terra Ghost gets you past like Zamazenta. You can cheese some stuff with that, and but Terra Dark gives you the nice boost on Bite, allow you to kill some Ghost types. But yeah. Does Tidy Up not clear screens? No, so it clears the opponent's screen, but it doesn't clear yours, which is really nice. So that's another thing that makes Mousehold great on screens is that, if like a Cinderace tries to get cheeky or whatever, like you can just be like, no, those screens are not here anymore. Some people try to get greedy on I think Loaded Dice is just run by people that like don't really know what's up. Maybe they're trying to do Bullet Seed stuff, I guess. That's weird. Protective Pads on Mousehold is a thing. I don't think it's very good. It's one of those things where people are trying to make Mousehold more consistent than it is. It's not a consistent Pokemon. If you run into a Garchomp, your Mousehold's basically not doing anything until that Garchomp is dead. Because, well, it's not doing any damage. But here's the thing. This is the thing. And of course, there are threats like Moltres. Like a Petulant, you're totally shut down. A Moltres, you can maybe kill it, but you're definitely getting burned. A Zapdos, you can kill it, but you're definitely getting paralyzed. But note that you can't get paralyzed like in the middle of a population bomb. So if you use Pop Bomb on a Zapdos, you're not going to get like paralyzed on a certain hit. But yeah, Mousehold is not meant to be a sweeper, and it's not even meant to be a breaker. It can do those things. In some matchups, it can do those things, and it's great when it does. But it's primarily a support Pokemon. And it's also just a looming threat, right? I think people just underestimate Mousehold because it kind of functions almost in a way like Regieleki did back in Generation 8. What am I in? I forgot to put OU. Yeah, but so in Generation 8, people were like, oh, Regieleki sucks because it can't touch ground types. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's not here really to, it's here to be speed control. It's here to rapid spin. It's here to, it's here to stop sweepers. It's here to, and it's here to put pressure on grounds. That's another thing I think people kind of miss about Mousehold. You put it on a team with a lot of physical attackers, and suddenly your opponent wants to bring in their, their Rocky Helmet Tusk, their Garchomp, their Moltres, whatever, to deal with those physical attackers. But if they let those get too weakened, they're at risk of getting their entire team swept by Mousehold. So yeah, that's also, yeah, someone noted that beat up is a non-contact strategy in chat. Yes, I am aware of that, but it's like you kind of need Pop Bomb for like the real power. So it's like, I still don't think the beat up strategy would work, but it might be worth exploring at some point. Bognor, thank you very much for the £2 saying partner Nocturne, Hoopa with T-Bolt plus screens, ? And then we got a heart. So no, I appreciate the idea, and knockoff is good with Mousehold for the obvious reason that removing Rocky Helmets is really good for it, because clicking a 10 contact moves in a row, like you attack something with a Rocky Helmet, you straight up die. You straight up die. But loaded dice makes population bomb into a single accuracy check. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. That's cool. So okay, yeah, a little worse than wide lens, but still not actually substantially worse than wide lens. But if you're running bullet seed, I guess that makes sense. So that's kind of it. I thought loaded dice only worked for like 5-hit things and just didn't work at all otherwise. Is this for pre-champions OU? Yes, it is. This is just OU. I mean, we don't even know abilities yet. Like I don't know if they have a ladder for champions yet, but yeah. Anyway, though, Mousehold is primarily not supposed to be a major break or sweep or whatever. It's supposed to be a support Pokemon. So screens, I think we've kind of tried a lot recently, so I wanted to try something different, which I've had success with. So Mousehold, so the idea I had, and this is actually goes back to a team SRN sent me a while back, which I just thought was super cool. So the idea is you put Mousehold and Hatterene together, probably like a Healing Wish, support set type thing. You can run a lot of Sash Pokemon because these two together are so good at blocking hazards. So stuff like Ogerpon Cornerstone, Sash Ceruledge, and then like maybe, Pokemon that don't want to be running boots, like HDB, like non-HDB Dragonite, like, you could run loaded dice or whatever. So this is kind of the idea. And I tested this out and I found that it worked really, really well. So I'm going to kind of skip to the team I built around this, and we'll kind of go from there. So it's kind of going to be this. The team kind of built itself because it's just like Mousehold, Hatterene, Sash Pokemon that don't like dealing with hazards. So I'm going to just grab that quickly. Yeah, here we go. So this team has no Dark Resist and no Knock user, which is weird with Mousehold. But this was kind of the approach of this team was, okay, let's add a support Hatterene, let's add a Mousehold. Then we've got this SD Sash Ceruledge. I went with Terra Fighting CC because I think Poltergeist doesn't really fit the team super well. Cornerstone. Yeah, we got Cornerstone. Cornerstone loves taking advantage of Sturdy, just does that really well. Dragonite, Sharp Beak, Terrablast Flying. And we got a Sash Mammoth lead. So we're running effectively two Focus Sash Pokemon, but basically because we've got Sturdy Ogerpon, basically 3 Focus Sash Pokemon. So, and then, Healing Wish to, actually, do we Pain Split this? I feel like Healing Wish is probably more worthwhile to try to heal some of those Pokemon up. So, this is kind of the approach. And I'm thinking, though, there are some issues I have with this team. So there are some things I wonder, which is first, are there better Sash / hazardless abusers, right? Like there's like Curem loves these kinds of teams. So that's something we might want to test out. No Dark Resist, maybe like Tusk over Mammo, which, no Dark Resist is normally like super terrible because Kingambit's going to destroy your hyper offense team with Sucker Punch, but because we have like Encore Mouse and so many Focus Sashes, it like kind of hasn't been that much of a problem. So yeah, it's sort of in this weird spot where there are things I want to try and I'm not quite sure what's going to work out. And then there's also just like add some knockoff users. Like currently I'm going super power on Cornerstone, and there is a reason for that. There are reasons to do that, but I'm not sure if we want to try to add on a knock user or two to help out with help Mousehold out, or if we kind of just accept Mousehold's inherent inconsistency. You're telling me Glamora exists and you're using Mamoswine? Yes. I mostly did that just because, like, haha, funny Focus Sash. But yeah, we might switch that to Glamora as well. Like, yeah, Glamora is a fun one. I think we could test. But, this Mamo sometimes doesn't set hazards. Because here's the thing about Tidy Up, right? It does remove hazards on both sides. So a lot of games, I would just attack with this. I wouldn't even set hazards with Mamo. But I think before we get into making any huge changes, I did make the Healing Wish change. We might have to make the Pain Split change if Zama becomes an issue. But the first thing I want to do is just kind of run this team and see how it's functioning. Zama potential threat. And I got my elo up a little bit yesterday. Recovered it a little bit from the, so it's like 1770 now, which is better than better than we were at. And Mamo looks honestly like a great lead here, so I'm just gonna roll with that. Okay, they turned on timer 2. Add a wide lens Weavile Trust. Yeah, that's, I don't know about that. With no actually, yeah, Weavile could be fun. Maybe like a Sash SD Weavile. But yeah, we also want Mamo here because we do want some ground type. Raging Bolt is kind of a pain. So, okay, if they want to go with this, I mean, I think we just click Stealth Rock. We can kind of see what this Corviknight wants to do. All right, it's just going to be a body press, which is honestly fine. I think we can just Endeavor. And if they're Rocky Helmet, so be it. That's going to be a good bit of chip. Okay, they U-turn out, so we got a lot of chip on Corviknight. We got Stealth Rock up. And our Mamo, you know, it's still alive. It's still around. This is a great opportunity, I think, to go into Ceruledge here. Okay, we're going to get knocked off. That is totally okay. I'm just going to click Bitterblade. I'm imagining... I thought Skeledirge would come in there. I'm honestly surprised to see Zamazenta enter. But we can tell based on that damage that this Zamazenta is very much offensive. This is not a bulky Zama. So I think we just want to go into Hatterene on this. If they predict and go for like a Banded Heavy Slam, good on them. But yeah, it looks like it is just going to be a crunch. And Heavy Slam, so that looks like max attack Zamazenta, but it does not appear to have any... I mean, it could be like Expert Belt, but actually, did we see it take hazards? It might be Boots. Might be Boots guaranteed. Yeah, Boots. No pointed stones dug into it. So I'm thinking it's just so likely that Treads enters here. It just seems so likely that Treads enters. We can go for a Psynoise, I think, to just kind of block the leftovers healing. Seems like okay. Okay, they're just going to go into Slowking. That's fair. I think I like Ceruledge here because we can take a Sludge Bomb, and Ceruledge is at this point in the game just not very helpful. Like, it's not, we don't need it for anything. It's really not vital at all. And we can click a very nice Bitterblade here. And our opponent's going to sack their Corviknight. You can see they're definitely worried about letting Skeledirge go. They don't want to let that die. And we see that's the Helmet Pokemon dead. So Mousehold kind of just became pretty solid. And I'm thinking there's a really solid chance, I think, here we get hit with the Heavy Slam. Dragonite's looking great in this endgame as well, I've got to say. I think I'm okay with just going Hatterene anyway. Like, if they Heavy Slam, they Heavy Slam. Okay, Stone Edge Critical Hit's a little bit annoying, not that big of a deal. I think I'm okay to Nuzzle here, and it is going to be Heavy Slam, so that's totally fine. I think we just go Dragonite. Honestly, I think it's time. We've got a lot of Pokemon that look really strong in this endgame. Okay, they're going to miss. Excellent. So in that case, I'm pretty sure this is no HP, so I think we can just Extreme Speed here and outpace. So that looks great. This should force their Skeledirge in, and if they're Skeledirge Terras, that should be a guaranteed win for Ogerpon Cornerstone. So I'm totally okay to let Dragonite get burned here. And unfortunately, it's going to be just super, like, way bulkier than I thought, and just have no problem at all surviving that, which is brutal. But okay, so Dragonite kind of just died for nothing, basically. Yeah, that's not so good. We can go Ceruledge here and see if they're still scared. And just go for a Bitterblade. I think that seems like an okay play. We might also induce them to Terra, which would be super nice. So yeah, one of the Pokemon I've been thinking about replacing is Dragonite, so I think that's one we want to keep an eye on and kind of see how it's performing. Okay, we get in Hydrapple. Yeah, so our opponent is just absolutely terrified of this Ceruledge, which is awesome to see. Earth Power after I Bitterblade again. Well, see, this is an offensive Hydrapple, though. That's what the calc's not telling us. That's what the calc's not telling us. So Earth Power will probably do too much. Is that okay? That's the question. I think this sets me up for Cornerstone well enough that I'm okay with just clicking Bitterblade here and dying to the likely Earth Power. But we'll see. Maybe we live it. They Fickle Beam and we survive. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Thank you, Sarah Ledge. You've done very well by me today. Okay. We don't want to let free Stealth Rock go up. That could actually kind of be annoying. So, no, there's actually no world where that happens. But you maybe. Let's just Bitterblade. Okay, we outspeed Treads because they are super slow Treads. So it's so funny that they could have walled us this entire time with Skeleturge, but this is why you got to be aware of what, your opponent actually has versus what you worry or suspect they have. So I think we just click Shadow Sneak a bunch of times and just chip this as much as possible, burn some slack offs. Probably this game won't come down to stalling out slack offs, but in case it does. And then this is a very easy Mammo. They have to Terra to get out of just straight up losing the game here, and if they Terra, Mousehold wins. So, pretty easy spot for us. Yeah, it's going to do, even Fizz Def, Skeleturge is just taking way too much here. They can't burn and then slack off and live. Yeah, opponent is just, yeah, it's going to be a Terra Dark, totally fine. And I can just Endeavor here, honestly. So that's cool. I think here, yeah, we just Endeavor again. Yeah, it's GG. It's super over for our opponent. And they're just going to forfeit. So Mousehold didn't end up doing anything there. It could have if it needed to. But okay, solid win. I mean, hey, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think the Healing Wish change was good on Hatterene. I think that's going to do well for us, but Dragonite not super impressive so far. Yeah, Treads is bulky a lot. I actually very much enjoy bulky Treads. I run super slow bulky Treads. But yeah, I mean, you've got to support it properly, obviously. This team just kind of gets smoked by Poltergeist Sarah Ledge at least. HF. Okay, we're a hyper offense team, so we obviously really don't like seeing low kicks. This is kind of one of those moments where Dragonite is our saving grace because it can extreme speed and outpace low kicks. So we have trouble in this. We definitely have some trouble in this game because Iron Crown is a huge threat. Iron Crown is a threat. So we've got to keep that in mind. Obviously, that can just smoke our Mammo lead and be annoying in many other ways as well. So let's think. And they've got Petra. This in general looks like a pretty rough matchup. A lot of this is going to come down to how effectively our Dragonite can pull some shenanigans. And I think that's a Scarfman Am. So we kind of want Rocks up in this matchup, which is another kind of an awkward one. What is how much is no, Mousehold's doing 0 to everything. How about, yeah, I'm thinking because of just how rough Iron Crown looks, I think we have to kind of lead Sarah Ledge here. And I think we sneak because I'm expecting a Volt Switch and chip on this is great. Okay, that went pretty well. I'm happy with that outcome. Getting some chip off on that Iron Crown is huge for a lot of our team members. Okay, low kicks is going to come in here. So I'm confused by this low kicks play. I'm very confused. You might have Sucker Punch, which would be somewhat threatening, but I just don't know why you went into that here. Terra Bug First Impression does not kill. You probably get outsped, or am I calcing wrong here? No, I'm calcing wrong. Adamant still outspeeds us, 283. Okay. So probably we're staring down the barrel of a knockoff here. What we could do, well, we might just get you turned on though, which is the tough part. Can Hatterene, but Hatterene's kind of good here. Hatterene can tank 2 knockoffs. Is Saraledge worth preserving? I think so in this matchup. I think it looks kind of nice. Will we need Hatterene later, though, for a potential like Healing Wish or something like that? That's another important question. That seems possible. Maybe we do just let the Saraledge go. We could let the Mousehold go too, but if we let hazards go up, that could be potentially tragic. There's really no easy answer here. I think we let the Saraledge go. I'm going to Shadow Sneak for a little damage, and then I think we let the Saraledge go. Now, I believe the best play... There are 2 possibilities here. I'm looking at Mamo, and I'm looking at Ogerpon. I think our best play is Ogerpon here. Ogerpon SD just puts our opponent in an absolutely terrifying spot, which I really like to see. I'm expecting Petron to come in. Hopefully we don't get poisoned, but either way, massive chip on Petron, or even potentially killing it would be great. So here we go. Gonna just be a sword stance here. Yeah, the team has no dark resist, so knockoff is a pretty threatening move. See, if they stay in here, if low kick stays in here, we take from a knockoff, we take about 60, which is obviously a lot of damage, but, you know, manageable. I am clicking, let's just click S dance, no balls. That is exactly the plan. That's funny. Okay, they do stay in. Oh my gosh, they're not banded. And okay, the critical hit I don't think matters. So that's really bad. They should probably just go into what I'm guessing is a Scarf and Am here. And then we pretty much lose because our Fairy Resist is dead. So, okay, that's really bad. Yeah, that's pretty much game. I think we have to sack Mouse here. It's just gonna outspeed us next turn. It's gonna be all the eggs are in the Dragonite basket at this point. Well, there's still, I wouldn't say this is super hopeless. There's still a way we can do this. We've got Healing Wish and we've got Dragonite, so this is maybe doable. But it's definitely scary. We are in a terrifyingly not great spot. That's for darn sure. Corv is better, Skarm rate, not exactly. Corviknight has spikes, so that is a notable advantage. Yeah, so this is just going to flip turn into Crown. What can we do about that? Nothing, right? So the question is, what do we want alive? What do we want alive? I think we can sack Ogerpon here, or we can sack Mamo here. Basically, effectively sack Mamo. We have Healing Wish, which could potentially help. I think we let the Ogerpon go to the flip turn and keep Mamo intact. I think that's the best play. Mm-hmm. Mandibuzz has more usage than low kicks. I'm guessing that's the entire ladder. Okay, which I think I can explain. So let's see. This is high ladder filtering. Low kicks is at 1.5. Mandibuzz is at 1.3. Yeah, so at high ladder, low kicks is used more than Mandibuzz. Okay. It's got to be Dragonite. That is really the only option we have here. Okay, it's going to be a Volt Switch. Let's see what they go into after. I'm kind of curious to see. It's going to be Petron. All right, we absolutely just click Earthquake. Hopefully we don't get Malignant Chain poisoned. Okay, they're going to click Toxic. Rough, but it happens. We EQ for sure. We have to. Okay, we get the kill. That's big. That is actually really big. I'm hoping Tusk comes in here and we can blow it up with a Terra Blast flying, then Healing Wish it up with Hatterene and potentially win the game from there. It is seriously doable if we don't get poisoned. Okay. This Mola, it might be like Play Rough or something. This is, I think it's AV, right? Probably Assault Vest. So probably no bulk. max SPDF. What is it like? Careful. So Terrablast Flying could just kill here. I think we DD again. Okay, let's see what they go for. They go for flip turn. Okay, that's a good sign. We could potentially get a couple kills here and then Healing Wish up. If low kicks comes in, we absolutely click Terrablast Flying. I just don't believe you're like staying in. Yeah, but we've been getting fortunate with not getting confused. We've really got to hope that, I mean, not that far. It's like a quarter odds, but hopefully that, okay. We've Dragonite, it's all on you here, buddy. Okay, and we get hit and confused. Yeah, that's super GG. GG. Okay, yeah, they Terra Steeled, right? So it was confusion. I'm trying to think that we would actually no, they rapid spin, so we would have that maybe actually mattered. We probably could have. Well, yeah, if we didn't get confused, healing, yeah, we probably could have won. Oh well, though, you know it happens. Confusion's gonna happen. So okay, like what went wrong there? Part of it was just thinking the low kicks was like if we just hit the low kicks with an Ivy Cudgel, we would have been in a great spot, but I had no idea. Iron Crown was really threatening. Dragonite, I think, honestly did okay. I don't think Dragonite was really the issue. I wonder if we want to have it still rely on Terra. Nothing else in this team really needs Terra badly. I think let's run it again. I feel like that game we just got a combination of a little bit of bad RNG at the end and mostly just really not. I think at the end, because that Terrablast Flying would have done like, how much to that Tusk? That Terrablast Flying would have done like 60 probably to the Tusk, and then we could have Healing Wished it up. So honestly, I think we probably won the game if we didn't get confused there. But yeah, low kicks was like rough, but I think we could have dealt with it, or we just that U-turn like killed our momentum and we lost a Pokemon. So I think that was definitely just where things went awry. Let's leave Mammo. Looks good here. Triple Axle, like, no, we're thick fat. Like, you definitely don't do anything with the triple axle. I'm super happy to honestly just click Earthquake here. Okay, Weavile's going to stay in and go for a one of those, and we just kill it with an EQ. So, good job, Mammo lead. Okay, this should just be a Kyurem clicking, like, an ice move, probably. I think Mousehold can almost certainly live, and then it'll bait in their Corviknight. So I'm honestly inclined to go for that. Let's go Mousehold. Okay, it's just going to die. So that's Specs, I think, confirmed. Mouse in the house. Yeah, that is Specs. So, all right, turned out to be a Specs Kyurem. It happens. Great entry opportunity for Ceruledge. I think we just go in an SD. Okay, this thing's super clicking Encore, so let's just Shadow Sneak it. Yeah, saw that one coming a million miles away. Corviknight's going to come in. Fine. Let's click Shadow Sneak again. Ceruledge is doing tons of work here. Love to see it. And here... It's so good. We definitely don't just let it like die to the EP. Do we go D-Knight? D-Knight could potentially be good in the end game if Corv dies. I don't want to sack Mammo, though, because it could just, like, Endeavor something, and then it would just be super good. Cornerstone looks really good, too, though. Honestly, so many Pokemon look good here. I don't want to let the Hatterene go, though, because that is also, like, everything just looks good. If we Shadow Sneak this thing again, does Mammo kind of just farm? That's another question that's worth looking into. Ice Shard does 20 to this, and Ceruledge is going to do... Okay, honestly, I think we actually do let Ceruledge go. As good as it looks, because, like, look at Mammo now. We actually kill, like, everything with Mammo. Unless they totally, like, super hard read us with Corviknight. I think we rock here, and then if they roost, we Endeavor. Yeah, they roosted. Okay, so this is great. We Endeavor here for sure. If they roost again, good on them. Good play, but we're still totally okay with that outcome. But if they don't roost, that's even better. We're like in an amazing spot. They tried to defog. Excellent, excellent. So that should be game. I don't really think you get out of this one. I don't think you ever get out of this situation. We just go in and we Ivy Cudgel here. Mammo's been pretty good. Yeah, this is looking really good for us. Okay, down it goes, which, like, obviously, I don't know why my opponent was thinking so hard about that. I think we just stay in and click a normal Ivy Cudgel. It might T-Wave. It might do all kinds of annoying things. Yeah, that figures, but, I mean, we can still keep attacking. Chips it for Dragonite, which is good. Dragonite looks like a pretty much guaranteed win condition at this point. Ogerpon's going to come in. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable, I think, just going into Hatterene on this. We can deal damage with it if it wants to U-turn. Okay, that's totally fine too. I think Psynoise kills here. Yeah, Psynoise is likely to kill, and that'll hit the Gloking Heart if it wants to come in. Interesting Terra Grass, since that doesn't kill. Like that did not change your rolls at all, so I really don't understand why they went for Terra there. Kind of just an odd move. Athena Ogerpon Grass Rise to OU. Good for it. I mean, it's a good Pokemon. It's solid. It's cool. Oh, also, I just realized earlier, I do not think I addressed Bognor's question about why we weren't going to run Mousehold with a Torn. Yeah, trying to put Mousehold on a balance team is kind of just always a mistake. It's a very inconsistent Pokemon. It does certain things like hazard removal very well, but yeah, it's just Mousehold is not the kind of Pokemon you put on balance. It's offense HO exclusive pretty much, so it's not going to really fit with Pokemon like Tornadus mostly. Also, Tornadus with knockoff doesn't usually actually take out helmet users. Opponent thinking really hard about this. I don't really know what they're thinking about. Like there's no out here. I would personally forfeit, I think, if I were in my opponent's position, just kind of save some time. Actually, I usually try to squeak out some kind of cheesy win. So counter Clodsire, I think, is really the only way this goes poorly. So we've got to be aware of that possibility. Okay, they wait like a minute and then forfeit. GG. All right, 2-1, solid. Let's go for it again. Isn't Rockstone Ogre UU? I have a question. Why are you running Mamoswine? I ran it. I originally built this for like the item video to just show how it was kind of cool that you could use multiple focus sashes. But then Mamo was actually kind of good, so I was like, okay, let's just keep it around. Yeah, it sets rocks, Prio, Sash Endeavor is nice, and we have a team that's very good at keeping hazards off the field, which lets Mamo abuse the focus sash well. That's all there really is to it. Okay, here we go. I like Mamo lead. Matches up pretty well into their entire team. Threats, Meowscarada is a little bit threatening. Ceruledge could kind of go crazy. Dragonite is always scary, always annoying. They don't have a ghost type, so depending on whether that Heatran is Flame Body or not, Mousehold could go crazy here. Also, of course, depends on whether the Tusk is Rocky Helmet. Kind of have to be aware of that kind of thing. But, okay, interesting. So I'm thinking their most likely play here is just going to be a U-turn. Probably like into Mola. They might stay in Flower Trick. I'm trying to think whether I think there's so likely because there's a Glamour. We're definitely going to just be removing hazards later. So I think I'd rather Endeavor here. And let's see that damage. So it's going to be doing very little. Is this for background footage? No. Okay. That did a ton because, you know, Mola's obviously a super defensive Pokemon. So that went well. I think we want to We could Earthquake. We could Earthquake. We could just Stealth Rock up, even though we'll probably remove them later. It is good kind of in the immediate time for pressure. I think Stealth Rock is going to be more valuable than a little bit of chip on a regen Pokemon. Thank you very much to Depresso Clinical for the 10 gift memberships. Much appreciated generosity. That is awesome to see. Thank you. Looks like a good opportunity to Ice Shard here. I'm down for chipping this super low to the point where it dies to Ceruledge hits. So, works for me. You know, we got up Stealth Rock. We killed some stuff. Like, that's a good deal, I think, any day of the week. It looks like, to me, a good opportunity to go into Ceruledge here. Yeah, because we can go Ceruledge, SD up. Depending on the Tusk set, we might win the 1v1, but we'll definitely chip the Tusk significantly, which will be huge for Dragonite and Ogerpon. This is one of the things that's really nice about Sash Ceruledge. If they're offensive, if they're like bulky Earthquake, that's the worst case scenario. But even that's not that bad, and we get solid chip. And we can also, so yeah, exactly. Headlong Rush, that's what you want to see. I think just a Bitter Blade here looks good. It's going to be a Meowscarada Sack, makes sense. But fortunately, we are one of the close combat ones. So I'm just going to go for that. We kill the Heatran. Poltergeist also would have killed there, so I don't quite know what my opponent was like hoping would happen, honestly. I'm not really seeing the vision. So this Mola, the fact that it took, that makes me think it might be AV. I think we just hit it with a CC. Yeah, the other is I was considering Terra Fighting there to get like the guaranteed, well, you know, quote, guaranteed kill. But I was a little worried it would be Aqua Jet, so I'm glad I scouted for that. Now, this looks like a good opportunity to just go Ogerpon as Swords Dance up. Puts a lot of pressure on the opponent's team, kind of forces a Terra on Tusk, and I love that they clicked Aqua Jet for some reason, because now we can just heal all that health back up. We got a free Swords Dance. Things are looking really, really good. GG's. We see a GG, and yeah, our opponent there, I think they some games it's looking so bad it's just not worth continuing, and also if you run into your opponent on the ladder again, you'll have, you know, more of your sets hidden. Like, they didn't reveal a lot of information on these guys. So I can kind of agree with the approach there of my opponent to forfeit early. There are competitive advantages to forfeiting early on the ladder. Depresso Clinical, thank you very much for the 50 gift memberships. Insane generosity. Much, much, much appreciated. Yeah, thank you. HF, wow. That is a huge donation. Yeah, thank you so much. And if there's anything you want to say in chat, just let me know, and I will read that out, because I think membership donations don't let you do that. But yeah, that is insanely generous. Okay, so this is bad. Excadrill is the worst matchup ever for this team, pretty much. Yeah, Excadrill like kills like pretty much everything, so that's really not good. We do have a lot of Sash Pokemon, but that's good. But you know, Sash / Sturdy. Ceruledge, you know, the Sash goes away to Sand though, which is not great. They've got a Petrarunt for our Mousehold. They've got a Mola, which can pivot on a lot of things and break a lot of Sashes, like on Mamo and Ceruledge, so this kind of looks like the worst matchup ever. I'm not liking this at all. I think we do want to kick it off with Mamo and see if we can get up hazards. Do we EQ into Ice Shard? I don't think we do. I think I'm just going to Stealth Rock here. But keeping Mamo around for later could be good. If we get like super damaged here, that could be a very valuable endeavor later, if that could let us take out a Mola. Okay, that's awesome. Free rocks. Always accept free rocks. Let's just go for an Ice Shard. Honestly, that looks good to me. Okay, critical hit. Beautiful. Happy to see that. Very happy to see that. Okay, and then Eyebell comes in. So probably a strong Fairy or Fighting move would be my guess. So I think that really makes Ceruledge a strong option. It's going to be a Moonblast. Let's see. That damage implies choice specs. Good to know. Good to know. I think we Swords Dance here. I don't believe the opponent's staying in, and this should be a close combat. They Terra Flying, which is... I have mixed feelings about, because on one hand, it's like they just burned their Terra on a Tyranitar, so that's good news. On the other hand, obviously, you know, I would have liked to just kill it, because that would mean sand is gone for the Excadrill. So I think we go, I mean, it's got to be, I think, Cornerstone here. Yeah, no, it's really got to be Cornerstone. And I think we Swords Dance and just try to break past the Pecharunt. Seems like the best approach to me. We could potentially Healing Wish it up later. Once that Pecharunt dies, a lot of doors open. We see Balloon. So that's actually great to see. Balloon makes me think this is on the more offensive side. So I'm tempted to just try to cudgel and take it out. I think that's probably a little greedy. And might go poorly, because if then, you know, we lose the sturdy on this as well. So I think the better play is just to click Ivy Cudgel regularly. Yeah, looks like Terra might have killed, so I think it's overall good we didn't do that. So let's check that Ivy Cudgel damage. That did 57, so this is defensive Pecharunt. But that still puts us in the range where it looks like Horn Leech is a guaranteed KO. So I will Horn Leech here. You never know when that health is going to come in handy. And let's see. I think it's, do we see the 8 turn save? We do. So that's brutal. That's brutal. We did not want to see the you know, multi-turn sand there. We really did not want to see that. But we did. Now it's there. So we're going to have to deal with it. Good news is I think Mousehold lives in EQ. Okay, barely lives in Earthquake. I would say chipping this Excadrill is quite a priority, so I honestly want to go into Hatterene here to sponge an Iron Head or a potential Rapid Spin. That's okay. Solid chip. I think in case they Rapid Spin here, we Healing Wish. And they're going to Earthquake. Smart play. I think that was the right move for my opponent, so good stuff there. We could go Dragonite here and try to set up. That is not a bad approach, I would say. No, it's not a great approach either, though. It's not a great approach. We really want to get this into extreme speed range. I think we go Mousehold here. I honestly think Mousehold looks amazing here, and we can just click Population Bomb. Earthquake is unlike, even if they're Adamant, which is not a super common set. So they're going to leave in Drill. We're going to hit the Population Bomb. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Critical hits, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Mousehold killing without any boost, just killing a steel type like that. This is why the mouse is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. That's the situation at hand, is that the mouse is in the house. Now this Iron Valiant is Specs, so that's pretty scary. Trying to think what our most useless Pokemon is. The plan is definitely just Dragonite, right? Like Terra Flying, Terra Blast. The plan is definitely Dragonite. I'm just trying to think the safest way to set ourselves up for that and what we want to let go. Because I'm thinking what is the way the Terra Blast Fly Dragonite plan goes poorly? What's the way it goes awry? I guess I'm pretty sure looking at this team, AV Mola makes a ton of sense. But if it's a Fizdef Tickle Mola, that would be annoying. That would kill the dream. Not kill the dream. It would make the dream difficult. And how would we handle that Mola in such a case? I would think it would have to be, I guess, Ogerpon? Ogerpon doesn't have Prio, though, so that might be nice in the end game to have, like, Mamo around for that. I think we sack Ogerpon. It's a bit tough to say what the right choice is here. I think Ogerpon's the right call. And then we definitely just go Dragonite here. And we do outspeed everything on their team after a DD. So it's going to be Terra Flying and Dragon Dance. Specs Ivel, very powerful, but of course with Terra Flying, so we're neutral to Fairy, and plus some multi-scale, we're going to survive that just fine. And now we click Terra Blast. I mean, our opponent has not used... Oh, what I was saying. Yeah, there was another reason I felt good about this, which is that they have used Terra, which is really nice for us. Mola is going to come in here. We absolutely just click the Terra Blast. This will destroy an AV1. Do they get the burn? They do get the first turn burn. I don't think that's enough. Like, I think you still lose. But we shall... Actually, no, because then they go Mola again. I think the first turn burn is going to bail them out, I'm afraid, guys. I think maybe we should have predicted the Torn coming in and gone, like, into Mouse or something. That's so devastating. Yeah, they're just barely going to live. Dude, that sucked. I mean, I guess I should have I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have seen it coming. Maybe there's something I could have done. Maybe they'll be modest. They're not modest, so that's going to be it. I mean, that sucks. Yeah, that super sucks. I'm trying to think if I should have like yeah, because I should have known that they would. Yeah, honestly, I should have known. I got too hasty and I thought like I'm fine anyway. I kill everything. I didn't consider the play of them preserving Mola and switching out. So I should have Dragon Danced again there. So that was honestly just a straight up mistake on my part. I should have known they would do that. I was like, oh, if Mola's like dead, it's not going to come back in. But oh well. That was a mistake on my part. I got too hasty in the end game. Should have taken my time and thought a little bit more carefully. All right, this looks like I honestly want to lead Saraledge here because I think it's likely that there's an Orthworm lead coming or a Darkrai lead, and we could CC the Darkrai, we can kill the worm. Yeah, that game was tragic. So let's see, it's Saraledge lead, we get the worm, cool. So this works for me, obviously I'm happy with this, and I just want a Swords Dance here. Tinglu's gonna come in. I think we just let rip, I mean, we could Terra Fighting. I'm trying to think if that's worth it. We could Terra Fighting CC here and just like definitely kill. Is that worth it in this matchup? I don't think so. Well. How much are we doing to Petront? Not that much is the thing. We kind of just get stopped by Petront after that. Yeah. But that would keep Saraledge healthy. Saraledge, I mean, it does look nice here. Let's do it. I think we do it. I think we Terra Fighting CC. Okay, we take out the Lou. Hopefully not Helmet. Let's see. Not Helmet. Okay, good. Do you ever have scruples when using Pokemon you think should be banned, like Dragonite and Ogerpon W? Absolutely not. I think they should be banned because I think they're kind of just unhealthy, too powerful sweepers, too powerful breakers, whatever, not good for the tier. But if they're here, like that's a resource everybody has. So no, I certainly don't feel bad using Pokemon I think that should be banned. If they're here, I'm going to use them. Okay, Petront in. I think, yeah, I think this is a case where we Bitter Blade. Okay, it's going to be Terra Dark, which is interesting. Let's see. We instantly get confused. Do we get? Okay, we do. We hit the attack though, so that's huge. And here, I think we CC. I really hope we don't get confused here. They go for another. Come on, Saraledge. Yes, Saraledge, excellent work. Reason I clicked that instead of Bitter Blade is in case Petront decided to go for a Recover there. All right, we go into Hatterene and we can heal this Saraledge all the way back up, which is just beautiful. Awesome to see. I'm going to Nuzzle here. Orthworm comes in, and this is, I think, where we just Healing Wish up that Saraledge. And then continue the plan. Beautiful stuff. Love to see Saraledge in its element. Okay, it's going to have Body Press. That's actually kind of threatening. Let's SD. It'll probably get paralyzed eventually. Yeah. Then, this is kind of, I think I misplayed. I forgot about the Iron Defense. Let's see if we get another para. That'd be super cool. We do get the para. Beautiful. Orthworm through. GG. Orthworm through. Classic Orthworm not doing what needs to be done. Yeah, you can contact me on all my on every video. I've got my contact info in the description. If you want to reach out and ask a question, I can answer that for you. I mean, I get a lot of messages every day, as you could probably imagine. So I try not to. I try not like try to keep it quick. Like if you have a team you want me to look at, like send me the team you most want me to look at. Don't be like, hey, think across here, 10 teams in my builder. Could you fix all of them? Thanks. Like, no, I can't do that. But yeah, I'm happy to help out with as much as I can, really. Okay, Mamo is we have this team generally pretty much smoke stall, which is one of my favorite things about it. Depresso Clinical, thank you very much for the 25 SAR. I don't know what that is. If someone could tell me what that currency is, that'd be super cool. Thoughts on Pokemon Champions? I think. Okay, let me lock in on this stall game, and then we'll talk about Pokemon Champions after it. I'm sorry, Bognor. I wanted the worm to fail there. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. Cornerstone looks amazing, as always. Ceruledge is useless, obviously. Mousehold is really good if the Corviknight dies. Pinka, would you still love Chad if we were all Orthworm? What are these questions? Hatterene looks really good. Healing Wish is obviously always a really good resource. I think I want to just kick it off with Mamo. Looks fine. And... ooh, okay. I think we want to go hard into Hatterene. We do not want any shenanigans with Toxic Spikes getting set. And this should just be a Psynoise here. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Let's Psynoise. Should be a Gliscor coming in, I'm guessing. Okay, Brave Bird. Very weird. Okay, I'll click Psynoise again. Like, cool. Okay, let's Nuzzle this time. I'm like totally happy to paralyze this Corviknight if that's the way they want to go about this. Let's Psynoise. I don't think that. Yeah, I was gonna say I was pretty sure Gliscor would come in that time. Let's just go for another one. Let's go for... actually, the Corviknight is mad. Is chipping these Psynoises away like crazy. Maybe we go for a Nuzzle here. Okay, we caught the Corviknight. Beautiful. Let's go Mamo. Nice paralysis. And also, leftovers. Mousehold is in the house. Let's rock up. Okay, Terra Dark. Interesting. Okay, that is like totally fine. The fact that they burned their Terra on a Terra Dark Gliscor, I am thrilled with that outcome. I love that they did that. Okay, this is actually great. We're going to encore this with Mousehold, and it's going to be glorious. Yeah, we can just go Mousehold here. There's no way. Well, yeah, I don't think they click knockoff again. Leftovers, Toxapex. I think this is the point of the game where we just spam Pop Bomb. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Let's see what the Pex goes for. Gonna be P-Jab. Mousehold, please. Yes, Mousehold. Let's go for the pop. Okay, they have Baneful Bunker. Kind of annoying. We go for another Pop Bomb. I think I actually 2-hit KO's Corv. Funny enough, at this point. Because I think it's Spit F, this Corv. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, it's super 2-hit KO through. 3, 4, 5. If we get the 10 hits. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. It's gonna try to protect. It does not get the protect. Beautiful. If we get the 10 hits, this should be Corviknight dead. It's good we paralyzed earlier. Paralysis just helps in so many situations. You never know how much para is going to help, but it'll always be a lot. So yeah, Mousehold, as I said, has a pretty solid stall matchup, which is it's a stall matchup. It's like, could be a Helmet Corviknight, and then suddenly you don't have a solid stall matchup, but it has in a lot of cases, a solid stall matchup. We click Pop Bomb on this as well. They don't have Terra. It's not going to kill, but it'll do a ton of damage and pretty much just open up for Ogerpon Cornerstone to kill everything. Where do I message him? Or I get Saber Superior? My contact info is in the description. I got my Discord, my Smogon, and my email. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, no critical hits, which is like kind of annoying. And they click Stealth Rock. That's so greedy. I love it. We can now Healing Wish this Mousehold back up if we want to. Wild, wild plays from our opponent. Truly wild plays. Let's just go Hatterene. Gonna Drain and Kiss up a little bit. Get a little health back. Okay, Peck's fine. Let's I'll Psy Noise here. I'll throw off a Psy Noise. Actually, how much is Peck's speed? Actually, it's actually kind of fast. Okay, we killed the Pecks. Cool. I think next step is Healing Wish. Yeah, let's Healing Wish. Let's bring back the mouse. And let's Population Bomb. You already know it, guys. Was there ever any doubt what I would do? This is if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get the 8 hit, but we don't get poisoned, so that's cool. And then for the full 110 accuracy, we can go for the bite there. Dozo comes in. I'm gonna just click Population Bomb on this. Mouse does like half to Dozo, which is so funny. Let's see. Yeah, 1. Okay, this is max def Dozo, but that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay, and it clicked Curse, so got greedy. And now, I'm sorry, Dozo. I'm not sorry at all to do this to you. You're going to get Encored, and then we're going to click more Population Bombs. I'll skip through these next few Population Bombs for the sake of time. Unless we get like horrific luck with these hits, this should be the end of Dozo. Yeah, and then we just Encore again. Pop Bomb's still doing like, it's not doing a ton, but it's doing enough. Okay, we got 3 hits that time, so that's actually really not good. We're at some risk now of this actually going poorly. If we get the right hits these next 2 times, I think we're still fine. We got 2 hits. Oh my gosh, guys, this is actually really bad. we're about to lose this because Mousehold keeps getting not enough hits. Okay, this is really scary. How much is Dragonite doing with like Terra Blast? Special Terra Blast. Okay, I think that's probably our out. Let's go for a Pop Bomb. Some critical hits would be nice too if we could get like 1 or 2 of those. Okay, so I think we have to go Dragonite and then we click 2 Special Terra. I don't think that's gonna do it. How did Mousehold get like multi 2 hits in a row? That's insane, dude. I'm trying to think, is there like, no, stalling out Curse doesn't do anything for us. Like there's maybe a plan, maybe like a weird backup plan with Endeavor somehow. I'm trying to think like what the way out is here. We just got such bad luck with that. Like Mousehold got like, it did like 2 hit and a 3 hit. Like that was what did us in. Holy dude, like what? I think we have to go D9. Well, that's not gonna do it. It's just not gonna do it. How much is Cornerstone? I don't think Cornerstone's doing enough. We can maybe fish for Ivy Cudgel flinches. No, Cornerstone's doing like 10. It does 0 with Horn Leech. There's a plan where we could like switch out Mamo to get it to like a good curse range. I just don't know. Like, oh my god, dude. We also got like no critical hits ever this entire time. That's insane. Like we never critical hit this Dondozo in like 40, like freaking like 60 hits. I mean, I guess we got to go Dragonite and hope for something to happen. I don't know what we can do, guys. Yeah, we got the bad roll. So like, need to tidy up for sure. For what? What is tidy up like doing for us? We got to hope for like a critical hit. We didn't get, I mean, dude, like, I don't know what I was supposed to do there. We got to like hope Mamo can do something. It's just going to click waterfall and run through the entire team. Let's go mouse. And okay, it just waterfalled there. I was going to say like we could try to tidy up. We need, dude, I don't know what to tell you. We got horrible luck and lost the game entirely because of that. Yeah, like this was played totally fine. Mousehold literally like managed to dodge, like never crit this Dondozo despite hitting this thing like 70 times. And and like not a single critical hit, and like multi hits where it just did 0. Like I don't even know what to say. That's just so bad. We can try. We've got to try to like wear down with the Mamo, and then maybe like Endeavor into an Ivy Cudgel critical hit. I think is pretty much our only plan at this point. So I'm gonna go into this. We Endeavor here to try to get this thing low, and then we go Cornerstone here. And let me check Waterfall damage. So Waterfall is going to super kill either way. So we Terra Rock, go for the Cudgel critical hit here. We super deserve to critical hit this Cudgel. We do not, and we die. I'm like, I mean, it happens. It happens. I guess I'll say GG. I mean, I don't feel like that really was a very good game, but I guess that's sort of how it goes at times. So it is what it is. I mean, I think the game was played super clean, and you just sometimes get just like the worst possible luck. And then everything goes terrible. All right, let's see what we can do about this game. Mamo looks decent. We keep seeing a lot of Mola, which is interesting. I like Cornerstone. I think Cornerstone can kill Weezing +2 with Terra Rock, I believe. Likely to, it looks like. Yeah, 62, so that's solid, especially with the critical hit chance factored in. You should have tidy upped Encore Switch Ogre while still Encored an Ivy crit. HP would be in range. I mean, we set up for an Ivy Cudgel crit in the end game. So that would not have helped at all. It wouldn't have helped our odds at all. And if we got that critical hit at that end game, we would have killed the Gliscor, right? With like Cudgel, just like 2 Cudgels. So no, we're at 4-3 because we've had like tragic RNG in the two of the losses, which is just rough. But yeah. Yeah, that's like tragic though. Mousehold just like totally dropped. How did it never get a critical hit? Like the odds of not critical hits are 1 in 24. We hit that Dondozo something like actually like 70 times and never got a single critical hit, which would have been the difference maker in the end there. Anyway, what happened. I'm gonna try to move on. Landorus lead is a bit annoying. I think we lead Mamo anyway, and I'm just going to click Ice Shard. Honestly, really solid chip damage. I'm happy with that. Ival comes in. Once again, should be just a strong fighting move it's going for, so I think Ceruledge looks fine. Strong fighting or fairy. It's going to be, yeah, it looks like it's just choice specs. I'm happy to, okay, they're going to Terra Fairy, which is honestly fine. We can Shadow Sneak here, solid chip, and, you know, they've kind of committed. They've committed their Terra. So I'm happy with that outcome. Obviously, that's like scary for us, but I think it's manageable. How do we follow up, though? Do you think Swampert is viable in OU? Yes, I would say so. I think it is. I've been wanting to try it at some point. It's just not that exciting of a Pokemon. Like it's a flip turn knockoff EQ rocks special defensive pivot with like leftovers, you know. So Mousehold, let's go gambling, pink across. Aw, dang it. No, it's over 90 accuracy move. It hits 10. Like it's not gambling. It is. It seems like there are a couple of people in chat that seem to think Mousehold is some like super RNG heavy Pokemon. It totally isn't. You run wide lens to make it not like that. It hits 10 hits over 90% of the time. Yeah. Anyway, though, let's see here. Hatterene. This is choice specs. So I think does Hatterene like die? That's kind of, yeah. Hatterene just straight up dies. Cornerstone is like okay here, but then gold just comes in, and then we hate that. So that's kind of rough. Specs Ival has been rough on a few occasions, so let's kind of write that down. We could go D-Knight. We go D-Knight, Terra Flying. Honestly, let's do it. Terra Flying DD. Oh, they stayed in! Oh my gosh! Crazy aggressive player here. Let's Terra Blast. Okay, they sack Landorus, so we don't have to deal with the that next time, which is good. I think we really want rocks up here, so I think it's but then we don't want rocks to be up against us. I think we go Mammo on the Salt Cure, and we try to set up rocks. Hopefully the guard gets scared out. Cool, it did. And I'm thinking we just Endeavor here. That'll take a lot of this thing's HP. Nice, and then we die. Makes sense. And they go into Ival, but you are now in range of Extreme Speed, which is a really, really big difference and a really nice difference. Would we rather go Cornerstone or D-Knight, though, is the question. I'm really worried about this Goldango in the end game. I think that's going to be a huge problem. I think we have to go Cornerstone here, and I'm inclined to just click Ivy Cudgel. Okay, there we go. We go for the Ivy Cudgel. That did a ton. So you are speedy, I'm guessing, is probably what you are. I think we want to go actually Hatterene here. And I want to try to Nuzzle to start. Depresso Clinical, thank you very much for the 50 gift memberships. Much appreciated. Incredibly generous. I'm going to try to Nuzzle again, because we'll see if we can catch a switch. We do indeed catch a switch. And it's got to be a Healing Wish here. We need to restore our health. And we've got to chip so many things. I think what we try to do here is go Mousehold Tidy Up, and then try to flinch the Goldango with Bite, or at least chip it down, which could potentially help Ogerpon do something. That's a weird play. I guess your Vacuum Wave. You've got to be Vacuum Wave if you made that play. Question is it worth going Dragonite here, or do we try some other angle? Because if we go Dragonite here, it does get the multi-scale broken, is the rough part. Garganackle. Did we ever hit that Garganackle? We did not. The superpower hasn't been super helpful. Let's go for knockoff on this so we can hit gold. It does make our Kingambit matchup a little worse, but that's maybe okay. We'll kind of see how we feel about that. And it gives us a knock user for Mouse, which is nice. Yeah, thank you very much, Bresso Clinical says. TF, I received my own gift. Is there anything else you want to say? I'll happily read that out for you. The Garg. How much does Dragonite EQ do to Garg? Like, I don't think we 2-hit KO is the problem. Yeah, we don't. That's tough. I think we have to sack here. We go D-Knight. We can hard EQ here on what should be a Garganackle coming in. Okay, we got that. Then we go Cornerstone on what should be a Salt Cure. Oh, you recovered. Okay, fair enough, I guess. And then I think we have to Horn Leech. But yeah, I mean, good play. Like, I guess like we can SD. We can try to Ivy Cudgel critical hit. We can try that. We don't get it. Okay. It's DD. It's probably recover. It's probably protect. Excuse. Yeah, it's protect. So we just lose. GG. Maybe we maybe not need E-Speed. Maybe we go Roost on this. We kind of have a good bit of priority. Let's try Roost and see if we like that better. But E-Speed has helped us on a few. It's really good for the low kicks team. So like maybe we do need that. Like what went wrong that game? I mean, I guess if we had knock on corner, that would have changed things. The specs IVAL has been definitely a huge consistent pain. We've also been seeing a ton of Mola, which is like the worst thing for Mammo leads, and we've been running into it like 60% of the time, which is a bit frustrating too. I can't believe we're 4-4 because I feel like we've been dominant in so many games, and yet like BS keeps happening. But all right, it doesn't feel like we should be 4-4 though. But yeah, we keep running into Specs IVAL and like Petrant. And we had one game where Mousehold like was really good, and then it just decided to get like the worst RNG ever. There's another Petrant and another Mola. Awesome. All right, it's a little frustrating, but we should be fine. I do like Mammo lead here. I'm thinking our main breaker is going to be Cornerstone, especially if we can get that Zamazenta. We've got to be very careful about the Zamazenta is another thing. Hatterene's our main answer for that. Other than that, our whole team's physical attackers, so we've got to be very aware of that. Is the mouse. The mouse, yeah, the mouse is kind of doing okay. The team just kind of keeps getting, like, screwed over. We're 4-4. 2 of the losses are straight up just bad RNG. And some non-optimal plays. Like I could have brought one of them back with more thoughtful playing. One of them was straight up bad RNG. Actually, wait, 3 of them I think have been bad. I can't remember exactly. We're going to Earthquake this. We absolutely want chip on this Petrant. Turns out to be a speedy Petrant, so good to know. We get a critical hit on the Hatterene. Really good luck there. And our opponent is most certainly going into their Alamola pretty much right now. So I'm thinking we go into Hatterene so we can threaten that. And try to go for a Nuzzle. Just getting this thing paralyzed to maybe prevent it from doing something annoying later is probably our best move. We don't get burned. Sick. Ghost Frag 8303. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. Much appreciated. Thank you. It's going to Scald. That Nuzzle damage. Let's see if we can get any info on that. That did 6. So you're AV. This is an AV Mola. Oh, Pink Accord Hater. That's funny. I didn't realize that. Yeah, this is probably an AV Mola. I'm thinking I just want to Draining Kiss this because I feel like they're going to flip turn this turn, but if they stay in again, yeah, that's why I was considering switching to Mammo, but I didn't want to because I figured it would probably flip turn out. Okay, so in comes this Petrant. Is it worth hitting this thing with a Psychic Noise to get Malignant Chained? Unfortunately, it just totally isn't because we have struggled so badly against Zama otherwise. So I think I have to go into Mammo here. And they're going to go into Mola, which is interesting. So, okay. I'm inclined to just set up Stealth Rock. I think if they go into Hatterene... do we EQ? Yeah, I'm going to set up Stealth Rock. If they go into Hatterene, then we'll EQ. Mousehold should get an ability called Familial Bond that turns every hit into a 10-hit move. Yeah, let's get that, like, 800 base power tackle up in here. Or whatever it would be. Okay, we got game done, so that's bad. Let's EQ here. Yeah, that super sucks. I didn't think they'd go into that there, but they did. Ah, well. Okay, Mola comes in. I mean, I guess we click rocks, but we really want to tidy those up. Let's EQ and hopefully... Okay, critical hit, that works. I was hoping they get paralyzed. I will definitely take a critical hit. No complaints there. A little bit of good luck coming our way. Let's acknowledge that. I'm super clicking Endeavor on this. Heavy slam. Ah, that's going to do 0. Let's go Hatterene here on the, should be the fighting move. Heavy slam does not kill here. Cover the Petron switch. I think we go for a Psy noise. They go for it. We kill the Zama. Huge Zama kill. We're looking really good with Ogerpon now, especially since this is a speedier Petron. We don't need to sack Hatterene here. I think I can just go Mousehold and tidy up. Okay, that's even better if they want to lock themselves into a move that I can encore. Yeah, because like this Mousehold, there's a Garchomp and a Petron. This Mousehold is not doing anything. It's not doing anything. So we can tidy up here. Cool. We can bite. A little bit of damage would be nice. Noticing this team is very physical attack oriented. Yes, that is the idea. Mousehold, could you not get confused? Hey, sick. Good job, Mousehold. You did a little something. Good job, buddy. Yeah, physical spam is indeed the point. Go for a bite here. A little bit of damage. Okay, we get hit by confusion. Fine. Not a huge deal, right? Okay. Mamo looks good. I think we just go Mamo here. And EQ. The plan is to win with Cornerstone. Because we've seen this is a speedy Petron. Nobody runs speedy unless they go... Like, you've got to be outspeeding Tusk. Otherwise, why are you running speedy? So it's probably full. So then if we Terra... Actually, that's not that likely to... I thought that was, like, way more likely to kill. But, okay, they left it in on the EQ, which is awesome news. Now we're looking really good with Cornerstone. I'm going to click Earthquake again here for sure. At this point, Petron's health is low enough that we can kill it with pretty much everything. That's definitely what we wanted. They Shadow Ball again, and they get a really good roll, and we die. I think, well, maybe not. Maybe that first roll was just really bad. How much did that do? 35. Yeah, looks like their first roll just sucked, so nothing to complain about there, honestly. But yeah, we can go Cornerstone. Do we want to go Cornerstone? I'm a little worried about the scale shot shenanigan possibility. That's what we don't want to. We don't want to have a tragic scale shot situation on our hands. I think we just Cudgel to start off with. Okay, they went into Garchomp here, which is super interesting. That damage indicates bulky Chomp. Okay. So I think the answer is just keep attacking. Just chip the thing down for the remaining Pokemon. Pinka when he crits. I'll take that. Pinka when he gets crit, of course. I mean, yeah, like, it's nice to get RNG. It's rough when RNG happens to you. That's a extraordinarily common reaction. Like, what are you expecting of me, exactly? I mean, should I be like... should I just not have any reactions? Be like, whenever I get a critical hit, I'm like, oh, that sucks for my opponent. That's really bad. But like, yeah, I mean, you sometimes get screwed over by crits. Sometimes they're nice. That's the game. Okay. Here, I mean, it should just be clicking Earthquake, but... we can swap D-Knight, why not? Yeah, it's pretty obvious there, and we can just go for a Terra Blast. Okay, we outspeed, or they just went for another Dragon Tail. We should be good for this endgame, barring really unfortunate RNG. I think we just DD here. Gliscor is going to SD. It doesn't kill us with a Facade. Terra Blast is going to do like 1 billion damage here. I mean, I think they do still... yeah, I was going to say, they do still have Terra available, so Terra Normal Facade will kill us. But then you lose to Cornerstone. Pinka, I expect you to win always. Oh, well, I'm not sure if I can live up to that expectation. That's a pretty high bar. Okay, we got the double tech. I think we still... Oh, we don't kill anymore. It's fine. I mean, we still win with Sarah Ledge. Yeah, this, okay, we got the Cudgel. Yeah, we don't kill. Okay, but the Gliscor doesn't kill either. So that's cool. Does it get the, I mean, it does. You'd need a triple protect at this point. Do we do more with Cudgel or Knockoff? We do more with Knockoff to Petron, so we'll click that. Okay, it does get the double protect again. This Gliscor is kind of crazy for that. I mean, this RNG does not matter at all. Like, yes, our opponent got lucky with protect twice, but like, this does not matter. We have Ceruledge in the back, which can just SD and then Shadow Sneak and win, so there's no this endgame RNG does not matter at all. We got really fortunate earlier with the Mola, and that made things a lot easier. Okay, they eventually failed to protect, and we can just click Knockoff here. Actually, or if Ivy Cudgel's guaranteed, it is guaranteed, so I'm going to click Ivy Cudgel instead, just so we don't reveal that we have Knockoff. Might as well, you know, keep your cards close to your chest, as they say. Do we finally win a game, chat? I mean, again, that's true. It has been a while, actually. HF. Okay. Once again, I'm really liking Mamo here. I think my opponent's only lead that's like decent into Mamo is Kyurem. Probably the Kyurem's just going to fire off like a super strong like Draco or something. Based on the fact that it's paired with Glowking, I'm expecting this to be choice specs. So I'm thinking we just lead Mamo. Go for a yeah, the reason I want to go with Extreme Speed D-Knight, because I saw someone mentioning, you know, you might want to go for... what did someone say? You could try DD Terrifier Scale Shot Encore. Yeah, I consider that not a bad idea. The reason I don't want to go with DD Terrifier Scale Shot Encore is because of... Mind is just going blank. Oh yeah, the extreme speed is really important for some low kicks matchups. Like if our team instantly loses to low kicks, which, you know, sometimes you got to sometimes play the matchup. Like is low kicks common enough to maybe run a set that's perhaps not as optimal? I don't know. But I think in this case I like Mamo again, and I'm really surprised to see the Slowking lead, but I'm happy to just click Earthquake here. Looks good. Tusk is going to come in. Beautiful. I'm super happy to take out a Tusk. That's a deal we'll always take. And they'll actually... Okay, awesome. They now died Ice Shard. Super cool, and we can just tidy that up. So we're going to get massive mileage out of this Mamoswine, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's Earthquake. Okay, they just straight up die. So I don't know what they were thinking there. Let's as I said, I think it's got to be specs. We Endeavor, and then we Ice. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, can we get a... Can someone, like, stop Mamoswine? Because it needs to be stopped. Let's, like, mess with them a little bit. See if we can get some cheese going. I'm going to click EQ this time. We actually did it, guys. Oh my gosh. We just into the instant forfeit. A Mamoswine gets, like, does, like, so much damage that... Oh my gosh, come on. You gotta like the stream for Mamoswine. That was pretty funny. That was pretty... We won, put it on the new... Okay, we're 6-4, Jason. All right, we're not doing that badly. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, but you guys, you gotta like the stream for the Mamo performance of the century, dismantling the opponent's entire team on lead. Return from my bathroom break to see the Mammo. Also, something to note, the reason I clicked, normally you guys will see me stall out a lot more sucker punches before I attacked. The reason I did it so early there is because I knew that my opponent's team, I knew that like my opponent knew their only chance to win that endgame was clicking sucker punch. So they really didn't want to burn a ton of sucker punches when I still had 6 Pokemon. Is pretty much that. So you can kind of use player psychology to determine when they're going to probably hit the sucker punch. So all right, looking at this team, Ceruledge Terra Fighting CC looks amazing. That's probably kind of our main win condition. Like Ogerpon also theoretically looks strong, but just the Darkrai is really annoying. Our Hatterene looks amazing. It can like nuzzle Sinoi's, like irritates everything. Mammo, I don't want to set hazards really, but I think Mammo looks good just in an offensive sense, especially if we can chip or kill that Mola. And Mousehold could look amazing depending on the situation of Rocky Helmets. Dragonite, Terrablast Flying could sweep, kind of depends on whether the core of his ID or not. So I think we kick it off with Hatterene in this case, just because I really like the look of Nuzzle. And Mamoswine, I don't want to lead Mammo this time, because it's just a little too easy to respond to with Mola. And obviously getting rocks isn't helpful when there's a Cinderace. Okay. I don't think in a million years you stay in. So I think we just click Nuzzle. Okay, we catch the Mola, beautiful. That Nuzzle did 6, so that kind of confirms my suspicion of another AV set in the house here. I can't say too much or else Pinka will release the Pinkator footage. I don't think you had any really bad plays. Like everyone's had their bad moments. I don't think you had any really bad moments. It should just be a flip turn here. Let's just go for a Sinoi's, and they'll flip turn out. Yeah, so we do see AV, which as I could kind of tell already based on just the damage. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, the Mola is going to be kind of the main annoyer because it can sponge up all the paralysis too. Kyurem, I'm down to go for a Nuzzle. Okay, it's going to be Substitute Kyurem. So, all right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Nuzzle is doing to this 3 to 4%, so very likely that Draining Kiss breaks here. So we can break the Substitute. From there, what do we go into? It's going to be Substitute, so I think Earth Power is not going to break Mammo. So I think our play is to go... Is it Mammo? Also, one thing to note, now that Kyurem has burned its Terra, we could also go Mousehold and try to Encore into Substitute. That would be pretty cool. Let me try to think here. Now that they've Terra'd, Ceruledge looks amazing. If we can get that a speed boost, get that a Terra Fighting, it's looking exceptional. So I'm going to Draining. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll just Draining Kiss here. I think it is worth getting rid of that Substitute. Right, you played against like a million stall teams, J-Song. Yeah. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, guys. This is going to be... I think we can win this game with Ceruledge. I'm feeling good about this one. It's an Earth Power, which I'm surprised to see. I think we can go Mousehold here is fine. Threaten an Encore. Seems likely that there's a Protect or a Substitute coming out. Yeah, and there's the Protect, so I'm happy to just click Encore. Now, we do have to be aware of the fact that this guy's got pressure, right? And we've got to be aware of that. Okay. Helmet is probable, so I think we go into Hatterene here. We kind of just see if we can get a read on what this kind of set is. Okay, it's just going to be a Mola coming in. I think I'll just Draining Kiss, try to heal my health up. We might get Mirror Coated. Probably just going to be a flip turn. Yep, just a flip turn. We can kind of like slowly sort of try to fish for paralysis. I'm going to go into Mousehold here. I don't think they go for a raw freeze dry. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. And then I'll Encore again. Okay, beautiful. This time it worked. Should be... Tusk is probable. I think Ogre Pawn here looks really good. Okay, fine. So... Okay. So I think what I'm actually going to do is go back into Mousehold to Encore them again. We do have enough PP to do that, but that will kind of be the last time we can do this. But yeah, I think that is the right play. Okay. So if they're smart here, what they'll do is protect. Exactly, yeah, because that's going to stall out another one of my Encores. So that was a good play on their part. We'll go for it again. It seems very likely that one of these is Helmet. I think we can go into Mammo here. I think that's kind of a better middle ground. Covers the Tusk pretty well. Covers the Alo better. See what they want to do. They're going to go into the Tusk. Okay, I think I just click Earthquake here. Awesome, we see a CC. That is huge chip damage. This is going to put Tusk into a range. Actually, that did not do nearly as much as I thought. But based on that Earthquake calc, we still can kill with an Ice Shard. And I don't want to burn my Endeavor on a Mola, because it's obviously regen. At the same time, I don't really think I'm going to get a better opportunity. It might be nice to save this Mammo just as a sack. I wonder if is it more worthwhile to chip this Mola with Endeavor now or save Mammo as a sack? I honestly think it's better to save it as a sack. So let me go into Hatterene here. Mola is not getting paralyzed, which we haven't had too many opportunities, I guess, but it would be nice if it got paralyzed once or twice. And I think I go Mousehold here. I'm expecting another substitute, should be. And this time I'm going to Tidy Up. Beautiful. So we're going to Tidy Up, and this will destroy their substitute. So this was actually kind of an epic gamer play here. And I think at this point, they should be scared. They should want to switch out. And I'm thinking they'll go into their Corviknight or their Tusk, whichever has the helmet. So I want to bring in my Ceruledge here. They stayed in and attacked. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that coming at all. That's a very odd play. I'm at a loss. I guess we can go to Mousehold and click Bite. Yeah, you would not have won that. I mean, +1 Mousehold Bite to it KO'd. Yeah, I'm super confused, but okay, that's fine. We'll see if Corviknight has helmet here, I suppose. Yeah, I did not see that coming at all. Okay, I think we're at threat of an Aqua Jet here, so I want to go into, I think Ogre Pawn is our best move here. And it's just going to be a flip turn. Once again, Alamomola refusing to be paralyzed, which is, you know, it's getting to the point where I'm kind of wondering why we even paralyzed the thing, but not quite there yet. I guess it's only been 4 times. Rye comes in. We don't have superpower anymore, which is frustrating. Chipping this would be really nice. It could kill us with an Ice Beam. I think we stay in and just Cudgel, just try to get some decent damage off. Okay, it's just going to be a Sludge Bomb. Okay to see that. We Ivy Cudgel. Obviously critical hit would have been nice, but can't really complain. Could go Dragonite Extreme Speed. Opens us up a little bit to the Kyurem. Sludge Bomb only 37% to kill as well. Healing Wish up Cornerstone could be good in the endgame. I think we Horn Leech and just try to... Oh, yeah, of course, they just switch up to Dark Pulse. I don't know what I was thinking there. What I thought would happen. Let's go Mammo and... let's Endeavor here. I don't ever... Yeah, I was going to say, like, surely you never just leave in Darkrai to die. And I'm going to Ice Shard because there's a chance this thing is Aqua Jet. They do indeed carry that. Hopefully we can finally get rid of this Mola. We do indeed. They maybe stayed in and clicked Aqua Jet. We'll never know. Good thing we preserved Mammo. That was probably a good call earlier. I'm so surprised by so surprised by the way they played some of this, though. I think we just go into Hatterene here. Get a little chip on the U. It should just be a U-turn, I imagine. Yeah, because you don't want to leave in. Okay, we see Blaze, so that means probably not Sucker Punch, which is good news for us. We want to just let our most useless Pokemon go, which is pretty definitely the Mousehold at this point. And then I think we go Dragonite and DD here. I don't think they leave in Darkrai. It's going to be Corviknight. And here's the great thing. If they start body pressing, if they're Iron Defense Brave Bird, we're screwed. It's an uncommon set, though. So what I think we do is we DD, and we see if they start eye-deffing, and if they do, now we go into Ceruledge. Okay. Now I SD here. And we hope they're not Brave Bird. Hope they're not ID Brave Bird. If they are, we have to go into Hatterene and Nuzzle, but probably it's game over. Okay, it's going to be a Tusk coming in. Hard Tusk. I guess I could have clicked Hard Bitter Blade. I didn't think there would be... Maybe should have anticipated a hard switch there, in retrospect. They probably don't have Brave Bird. That's the good news about the play they made. I wish my Sash was still intact, but they made like the weirdest play in the world earlier with Kyurem. I guess maybe that was an over prediction. It felt reasonable, honestly, though. It really did. All right, I think we sack Mamo here. If they click Rocks, that would be devastating, but I'm really going to hope they don't. I think we go Mamo, sack Mamo here. Okay, good. And then I think the play is... I don't believe Hatterene dies, does it? If it's offensive, it dies. So maybe we go Dragonite, maybe. Let's DD here. Actually, I could just... No, let's DD. I could throw off an Extreme Speed. I don't think that's the best play. Okay. I'm going to go hard. I think we go hard into Hatterene here and try to Healing Wish up the Ceruledge. I think that's the best approach. So I'm going to Healing Wish here. Or we can go Dragonite and store the Healing Wish, which is good too. Depending on what they click here, we might go Dragonite or Ceruledge. I think we're in a good spot to win this game. Okay, because they went into this, we go D-Knight here. Healing Wish will be stored, and we can Extreme Speed, just take out the Darkrai. Cool. Okay, that's a decent start. I think if Kyurem comes in, we've got a Terra Blast flying, I think is the best approach. Because we're not going to really need to Terra the Ceruledge. I think at +2 we kill a bulky Cinderace. Is the Cinderace bulky? No, it only got hit with a Rocky Helmet. We haven't attacked it. I think they run usually 232 HP. So we can check Ceruledge, +2 CC. Yeah, that'll do enough. So we don't need to Terra. So yeah, it is just going to be... I don't think we even set up. I think we just Terra Blast flying and hit the thing. Because just so we have minimized the chances of, you know, freezing nonsense. Okay, it's just going to substitute. Actually, or do we DD here? We'll let the Kyurem live, but well, it'll prevent the Tusk from coming in. Does that matter? It does not. I think... Yeah, we just keep clicking Terra Blast. Does this just not invite Corvin again? It does, but now we have a Healing Wish up, which is going to mean all the difference in the world for Ceruledge. Long as we don't get frozen by a freeze dry, we're pretty much, I think, guaranteed to win this game. Dragonite, come on. Okay, thank you. All right, we didn't get frozen by freeze dry. I think we're good. All right, we can just Extreme Speed here. Get a little bit of damage off. Head Smash, interesting. Okay, and Ceruledge should really solidly win here. Actually, I think that Extreme Speed was a bad play in retrospect. Yes, okay, they forfeit. Cool. Yeah, I think that Extreme Speed was a bad play. We actually wanted it to be healthier so we could drain its health with a Bitter Blade and live even if it was Rocky Helmet. So that was actually, I think, not an optimal play. But we got the win. And yeah, Healing Wish, I think, is better on this team. So I'm glad we made that change. Knockoff is still kind of yet to show itself if it's good or bad on Cornerstone. I feel like the strong, just kind of speedy special attackers, like Darkrai, Ival, strong. I feel like in general, just fast Pokemon are pretty tough. It feels like the tiny team that should almost be webs, but it can't be webs because Mousehold is going to remove hazards from both sides. Yeah, well, this team definitely hates facing webs. Well, kind of. It's a weird situation a little bit. I think we want to kick it off with Hatterene. I can't. Yeah, I think we do kick it off with Hatterene because we can nuzzle the Rabombi, which is pretty good. Which doesn't actually work because of Shield Dust, but if it skill swaps, the nuzzle will work. That's the idea there. Does outspeed us in every way though, so that's not so good. And then the plan, I mean, Mamoswine looks amazing. Cornerstone looks amazing. It's going to be kind of a trade fest this game. If we can get up rocks, that'd be great. But I think it's hard to tell exactly how it's going to go till we just get right into it. I'm going to start by just clicking Draining Kiss. I think Raging Bolt's a very weird Pokemon to start with here, but I'm kind of happy to see it. Okay, interesting. I don't want to give up Dragonite Multiscale, but I feel like that might be the best answer here. Because I also don't want to just eat a Poltergeist. We could go Mousehold and predict the... Poltergeist. That wouldn't... There's a lot of ways that could go poorly, though. I think our play is Dragonite. Much as I don't want to see it lose its Multiscale. So good thing we didn't go in anything else, because it did indeed Bitter Blade. And I think we just Earthquake here. Matches. Okay, wow. You die here unless you're bulky, and you're not bulky. So they sacked their Ghost type. So huge news. The mouse is officially in the house. The mouse is officially in the house. Mousehold actually, destroys this entire team, which is awesome. Okay, interesting here. So I'm inclined to just go into Hatterene, honestly. I mean, Mousehold, I think, kills this Tusk. Well, no, it doesn't quite kill the Tusk. It does 70, though. With minimal chip, it kills the Tusk. Part of me also just wants to Extreme Speed. There is also a world where we go Ceruledge here. I actually think Ceruledge here is the best play because it's not that good into the remaining Pokemon. And if it's an Ice Spinner, I think we can actually Bitter Blade heal enough. Let's see, how much is Bitter Blade? Maybe not. Yeah, it's not going to be quite enough. We can still Bitter Blade, get a good bit of damage off, and then probably, honestly, go into Mamo afterward, I'm thinking. Okay, they're afraid of Ceruledge, so maybe worried we're I don't really know what they were worried about, but I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with them getting out of there. And I think based on how much Mousehold does to this, I think, yeah, so this kills Manaphy. Mousehold kills Manaphy. We live any hit, and if they want to do any boosting up nonsense, we shut that down really quickly. So we just click Population Bomb here. As long as we get the hits, something dies. As long as we get the hits, something dies. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down goes the Manaphy. Beautiful. Mousehold, that's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Okay. Webs are still irritating to the point I think we do go into Hatterene here. And that's doing too much. I think how much do we heal if we Draining Kiss? Heal 22, so that's not enough. So we just Psynoise here. Hopefully we don't get Moonblast dropped. We were pretty lucky that we avoided that. That is more likely to happen than not. And now it's in range of Dragonite Extreme Speed. Do we let the Hatterene go? I think we do. Yeah, I think we do. So I think you're also in range of Mammo, because you have no bulk on that thing. That took, how much damage did that take? Took from that Sinus, you took 60. Yeah, so you have 0 HP. So Mamoswine. If Mamoswine kills, that's actually probably our play. Yeah, Mamoswine does kill. So we're going to go into Mammo here, and this Ice Shard is just not fun for our opponent to deal with. I think this is a really hard end game for my opponent. I don't really see a way out of this for them. Yeah, so now Mousehold gets critical hits. Yeah, when it does not matter. Okay, yeah, I don't see what you're doing here. I'm totally clicking Earthquake on this. Like, if you want a Terra, fine. I'm really perplexed by the plays my opponent's making, but that's okay. Let's just Earthquake here. Okay, it's going to be Headlong Rush. EQ here will do probably like 60-ish. Yeah, about that, and then we can finish it off with an Ice Shard. I imagine they're saving Terra from ammo, but we've got a Cornerstone at full health. I don't see a world where this goes well for you. We can just click Endeavor here. They could be Terra Ghost, hopefully not. Do we go Mouse, Terra Ghost? Pop Bomb, I think we do. That's probably the most reliable way to kill this thing. Yeah, so it's going to be, it didn't even try to extreme speed, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you guys know how this ends. Mousehold gets tons of kills on neutral targets when it can hit, so that's really awesome. GG. Solid performance. The Hatterene did well, the Mouse did well. We've won now 4 games in a row. We had like a really rough streak there of just like some unfortunate stuff, but okay, we're facing this team. So this is one of those teams that, like, if the Corv isn't Helmet, it just gets completely farmed by Mousehold, which is nice. Mammo looks really good into this team as well. I think we want to kick it off with Hatterene because I'm expecting a Cinderace lead, and I just want to hit something with a Nuzzle. But yeah, I think we have a pretty good matchup here, honestly. If the Cinderace ever dies, we're so set with Cornerstone. Let's click Nuzzle here. Yeah, this is, I think, a bulky Wisp Cinderace, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Blaze. Yeah, so that makes sense. We get the Paralysis. This is kind of how I figured the game would start, and then we can bring in our Mammo here. What I'd really like is to be able to take out that Corviknight. That'd be swell. Okay, so I'm guessing my opponent here is just going to go into the Actually, you know, here's an idea. I could SD with Cornerstone, kind of force in the Cinderace. And then let's try this. I think I have an idea. Okay, this is probably just going to try to Wisp me here. Oh wait, what am I calcing? So this is probably going to try to Wisp me here. If I Terra and then I'm burned, what are the odds I kill? Same as -2 attack. Guaranteed. I think I do that, because then I can Healing Wish this thing up, and there's absolutely nothing that can deal with Cornerstone. So I think we do this. And I feel like you're probably going to just stay in here and Wisp. Yeah, okay. So we kill here, unless crazy... Okay, awesome, cool. So that's now dead. If we Healing Wish Cornerstone up, we're in a really, really good spot. Very nice. And honestly, here, like, I'm happy to, because we're going to Healing Wish this up anyway, so we can totally afford to tank an EQ. I'm happy to just kind of get rid of this thing's leftovers. Yeah, Eating Earthquake, totally fine. Yeah, remove those, and let's go into, what do we want to go into here? We don't really want to go into Hatterene, because we don't want to let that get chipped. We can go into Mammo, and Payback does a chunk. We go for it. Well, now that, we go for Rocks now that the Cinderace is gone. In comes the Curem. Probably just Mousehold looks fine here. They're going to sub. Makes sense. It's awkward here because, like, I don't know what the status of that Corviknight is, if it's Helmet or not. Probably Encore is a safe bet. It's going to be coming... Okay, that's, yeah, pretty much confirmed Helmet at that point. We can go into Hatterene here. And I think... I'm trying to think what the most optimal ways to play this. Is it time to Healing Wish, I guess is the question. How much is Glow King Sledge Bomb doing? Can we chip that a little first? Unless it gets like a high roll into a poison, we're fine. So I think what we do is we Sledge Bomb here a little bit to get this into range of dying to a Cornerstone hit. Yeah. So let's just double check that. That is Spadef. Good to see. So we can Signoise again. Unless there's like a high roll Sludge Bomb into... Okay, and it fails to do that, which is awesome to see. So honestly, in that case, you can just click it again if it wants to stay in. Cool. And now it's time to Healing Wish. And let's see what they click. Paralysis would be good. Yeah, that's very fortunate for us that they got fully paralyzed. Very happy to see that. And now we're just poised to click a big Ivy Cudgel. Dozo comes in. Works for me. I think we knock off. I think that's going to be very valuable long term. It's just going to click Body Press, which is scary. But we have CC on Saraledge, so that's just really opened the door for Saraledge, which is very nice. I think I go... Yeah, you're probably Body Press. If you had Waterfall, I think you would have clicked it there. So we can go into Saraledge here and just light this thing up with a CC, which I think this is especially defensive Dozo, so it's going to take a bazillion damage from that. Yeah, you are not living this next one. So we can just CC. Dozo goes down, and we're now looking super good. This is, yeah, this game is definitely coming up exactly as we would hope for. I think we just go Mouse here. And we Pop Bomb, the Corv comes in, and then we just go Saraledge and we Swords Dance, and that should be game. Yeah, U-turn comes out. But now we just CC. I mean, okay, yeah, like you can protect, that's fine, but doesn't really help you long term. Ting-Lu comes in. We don't... Do we guarantee kill with a CC? We don't, but we can Bitter Blade here, right? And then we guaranteed kill everything. It's going to be GG. Solid. Okay, the plan with the kind of volunteering the Cornerstone to get burned worked, which is awesome. Happy to see that. So we're now 9-4, 5 wins in a row. Mousehold did pretty well. You know, it did what it needed to do. I mean, well, it didn't really do that well, did it? But, you know, you see the point is, though, even though Mousehold in that matchup was, like, useless offensively, it was still nice. It's been nice for switching into Curem on these bulky teams. No, I wouldn't call the team I was just facing a stall. I wouldn't call it a stall. I'm trying to think here if there are any, like, adjustments we can make to this team. I think the Saraledge has been good. I wish we had like one fast thing. Yeah, did we get good luck that game? I don't think there was any like particularly lucky moment. I think that game was pretty... Oh no, we paralyzed the Glow King a few times, which was nice. Okay. Yeah, actually no, the paralysis on Glow King was really nice. That did help. Okay, let's see here. Mamo leads well into Glamora and Land. It pretty much leads well into everything, so that's almost certainly going to be our lead here. Mousehold actually looks pretty solid. If we get a tidy up, there's a chance we could wipe this team off the map. Probably a Rocky Helmet Lando, so that has to die. We might want to save the Mousehold for the end game with Encore. The fact that we removed Superpower makes the King Gambit a little bit scarier, but we do still have, Earthquake, Extreme Speed, CC. We want to make sure the Hatterene stays healthy. For the Zamazenta, our win con, probably. I don't really think this is a game where we have like a traditional win con. I guess Dragonite's probably the closest thing, but I think it's just going to be kind of a slobber knocker of like back and forth attacking and trading, and we just kind of not hope we come out on top, but make sure we play in a way that we're favored to come out on top. Zama leads. Okay. The problem with this situation is that like if we Endeavor, but then they don't go for the fighting move, it's like, And I feel like there's a good chance they don't go for the fighting move. I think let's rock up. Okay, they just instantly did go. I wish in that case, okay, very interesting actually. Okay. So I'm trying to think what our play is here. I think what we can do is Ice Shard here for a little bit of chip. Then go Saraledge SD. I think that's our best course of action. Okay, that's fine. I think Bitter Blade into Shadow Sneak is okay here. Do we try to SD again? Could go poorly if they like Terra Water or something. Or if they're Earth Power. Let's just Bitter Blade. Okay, good thing we just attacked. They turned out to be EP. We can Shadow Sneak here. Doesn't get us out of the hazard situation, but it gets us out of the stealth. Well, no, it doesn't even get us out of that because Glamora. I'm surprised they didn't go Glamora. I'm kind of surprised they're willing to let us try to set up here. Probably Shadow Sneak is just our best play. We can follow it up with Dragonite. I do think we just Extreme Speed here. I really don't anticipate a switch to Glamora. Yeah, down it goes. Kyurem comes in, makes sense. I think this is a hard Hatterene moment. I'm imagining probably a DD Kyurem on a team like this. Okay, interesting. Ice Beam, that is not Specs. Something else. Max Special Attack, probably. Could be DD Mix. That is definitely a thing. They're probably not likely to kill here. I'm just wondering, is the play, do we Nuzzle? Do we Cyanoid? I think Nuzzle is probably the best all-around play. Okay, we paralyze it, so that's not bad. Let's try to Cyanoid. We probably are just going to die. We do indeed just die. I think Ogerpon is probably our best. I wish we had Superpower right about now, so it's hard to say like what's the best option on this. Okay, we just go for the Cudgel, kill the Kyurem. Cool. Iron Valiant comes out. Okay. This is a really awkward end game. I think we're favored. Okay, that's fine. I think that does more than... Yeah, like I'm pretty okay with that. If it's Terra Ghost, that could be very frustrating. We could Terra Flying DD. But if they Terra Ghost, we lose in that scenario as well. I think if they have Encore, if they're Terra... I'm feeling like they're Terra Ghost. I think I'm going to... But if they're Terra Ghost, we kind of just lose, don't we? I think I have to just hope they're not. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, I think because they just Encore, they had Kingambit, they had Glamora. There was no way we were going to win if they were... Well, I mean, I guess we can still try, but that's pretty much game. I mean, yeah, because we die here, right? So... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're just get a boost up on us. That's, yeah. GG. Okay. Yeah, that was rough. I felt like they were probably Terra Ghost, but I think there was no way to win if they were Terra Ghost. Like, here's the thing, right? Had we gone for Terra Blast Flying and then EQ, which probably would have been my play if they were going to do what they did, which is Terra Ghost Moonblast, which was what I suspected. I suspected they would Terra Ghost Moonblast, but then, you know, they break our multi-scale, we're Terra Flying, they go Glamora, and we just lose, right? And then if the Glamora doesn't kill us, the Kingambit super smokes us. So I was kind of in one of these situations where I felt like, even though Terra Ghost made sense there, my best play was just to hope it wasn't Terra Ghost. When you're in these really tough endgame scenarios, when like your only way to win is for it to not be the Terra that beats you, just assume it's not. So yeah, like even though that ended up going obviously horribly in the endgame, I think that was the right course of action to go with that. But yeah, it definitely would have been nice if Cornerstone was Superpower. That would have given us some leeway, so I guess we go back. I don't know, like I feel like this team is good. We went 9-5. And we gained a lot of elo. I feel like the team is good. I just don't know if it's great. And I don't know. The Mousehold did not do as much as it usually does today. It was okay. But yeah, I think some issues for the team, just like speed in general. Iron Valiant in general has been like, in general, just fast Pokemon in general. Glamora, kind of annoying. Maybe we need like a Moth. Maybe we need an Iron Moth. That would be interesting. I feel like Iron Moth doesn't really fit this team, to be honest with you. I feel like it doesn't really fit the team, is the thing. I can't think of... Yeah, Ival Gambit is hard. Ival plus Gambit rough because it forces Saru in. Yeah. I feel like the Mamoswine is the most like sacrificable Pokemon, but it's like performing pretty well. But I mean, let's see, like, is there anything that could help us out here on the ground type side? Sash Moth. Yeah, that's not a good set. Well, I mean, hey, I guess let's keep an open mind. Maybe it is. I really doubt it is, though. Sash Modest Moth. That kind of sounds funny. I don't know, the Dragonite has been super inconsistent. But it's like the extreme speed has been nice at times. Let's try a Booster Moth for one last game, and then we'll call it there. Sludge Wave. What Terradoid do we want to go? I feel like ground. Actually, water's been kind of... What are Moth up to these days? Let's go Heatran's around, but I think we actually go grass still. Because, yeah, I'll go sub. This seems fine. Well, this is kind of the one I default to, but yeah, my concern is, well, one Garg is kind of annoying, but then also, what was I thinking of? There was something like specific. I was like, we need grass. AV Mola. Yeah, that's it. We've been running into like countless AV Molas, so sub Terra Grass is going to probably be best for that. Idea behind Sharp Beak Dragonite is just click really strong Terra Blast Flying. No, no crazy shenanigans going on there. Just good old fashioned. Yeah. Just make sure I did those Moth EVs right. Yeah, we got them. Okay, here we go. Final team we're facing today looks like it's going to be... I don't really know what to call this. I guess a bulky offense. This team looks super excuse me, super slow other than the Zama, which I guess is not too abnormal. I do really like Mammo lead. If we could chip down that Zama, we pretty much just win with Cornerstone. So operation is definitely try to kill the Zama if we can. Cornerstone will just win. Sarah Ledge looks solid. Okay. Yeah, I mean this is okay. Apparently, no bulk Volcanion just dies to an EQ, so that'd be super cool if it could just die instantly. If not, okay, that's fine too. We'll still do a ton of damage to it. It'll if it's max HP, it'll take a ton of damage still. So, and a lot of these do want to be speedy freaking Gambit. So there's a decent shot this thing just drops here, or they switch out right into Corviknight or something like that. Banded Zama Specs Volk. Good to know. Okay. Pain Split Hat. Much appreciate the info. All right. Corviknight comes out. I think we just want to set rocks here. Usually these guys like to U-turn. They don't like to switch hard into Hatterene. Okay, Volcania. That's awesome. Really happy to see that. I'm expecting Corviknight to enter again here. It'd be really bizarre to stay in, so I think we go into Sarah Ledge. They Terra Ground. Steam Eruption. Very interesting. I'm surprised they want to use their Terra that early. I'm okay with that. Let's click Bitterblade. That'll do a good chunk to this, and yeah, looks okay. Honestly, yeah, they burn their Terra super early, and we look pretty good with a lot of our team. Like, Moth, Terragrass Moth is actually looking pretty great. Yeah, we see no HP confirmed. Cool. Is the chat, tell me if the Corviknight's helmet, because I really want to go Mousehold here if it's not. Actually, no, the one of the hat or Corv, one of them's got to be helmet. It is. Okay. I think we go Ogerpon here, and as tempted as I am to Swords Dance. Nah, let's do it. Let's SD. But I feel like they're going to know that. Nah, let's do it. Let's SD. Let's Swords Dance up. But, like, what does this Volcanion do for them, really? Like, nothing, but I feel like they're... What elo are we talking here? Yeah, you're going to preserve this thing. I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll see. It's a bit of a greedy play, but I kind of think we need to make it here. Okay, they stayed in. That's super unfortunate, but at least they clicked that. If Corviknight comes in here, do we just die to the helmet? That's the question we should probably be asking. We could, yeah. So let's Ivy Cudgel then. Has a chance to kill this. We probably lose though. That's a very bad turn. But I don't think they want to let us Horn Leech. Yeah, okay, the Lou comes in, which is crazy. Let's Ivy Cudgel again. I mean, though, like, really? I'm going to click Horn Leech. I know it's like... But then, like, Moth kind of looks really good if we do this. So... Let's Horn Leech. Let's Horn Leech. If they get us, they get us. Everybody gets got sometimes. They got us. Okay. So, you know, sometimes you just lose every play. It's all up to Iron Moth now. Okay, that's good, though. That's really good. We sub here for sure. We do not want whatever this thing's offering. Let's Fiery Dance. Okay, we're getting the boosts we need. That's really good. We do kill. I think probably RNG is going to bail us out. Actually, ooh, can we kill the Slowking though after the... I think that's kind of our only option. We have to Terragrass Evil here. Apparently the Zama's CB. So if it's no HP, how much are we doing? We have a 25% chance to kill with Sludge Wave. Just like, all right. I guess if we can make it take multiple rocks damage, that'd be huge. So it's probably... I think we sub here to cover the CB hit, because then it'll... Okay, awesome. It did click CC, which is huge, because now we can click Fiery Dance here. So it gives us a chance for the boost, and we definitely kill next time. Or actually, you know what? I think we do. I think we sub again. I think we sub again, because I'm expecting a switch here. Okay, we got him. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah. I should have taken more time on that turn originally. I would have missed that sub opportunity. But I think now we're looking really, really good. Especially if we get a boost. No boost. That's okay. But now I think we're likely to kill the Zama with Sludge Wave. Slowking comes in. I think we guaranteed kill this with Fiery Dance. Yeah, we do. We guaranteed kill this with Fiery Dance. So they've got to pivot out again if they want to try this. Okay. We get the boost. Good, 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 good. I don't think that's enough to kill Glowking, but I think we're still in a good spot here. Depending on the set, chance it kills. Okay, that kills. That's GG. We got bailed out by good RNG and Iron Moth. We take those. Panicked? Yeah, we've... fair enough. Okay, we end at 1852. We went... final record is... Oh my gosh. Screen just resizing did not zoom in like it normally does, but we're... We're 10-5. That's pretty good. Let me try this. There we go. It's back forward. No. We went 10-5. I tried to scroll over to it and the screen like went crazy. So, but yeah, we ended, I mean, twice as many wins as losses. Mouse generally did pretty well. Matchup Moth. Yeah. I mean, hey, Moth did do exactly what it was supposed to do in its final game, but I don't know. I just don't know about Moth. I feel like, I mean, it's hit or miss. Dragonite is hit or miss too, but to a much lesser degree. Like, well, excuse me. Dragonite at least has a lot of defensive utility, even if it doesn't sweep, whereas Moth, like, if it doesn't sweep, it's like, well, like, it has some defensive utility. It helps with Eyeval, and it helps with, you know, Toxic Spike Absorption, but that's pretty much it. Which, even though those were things we're having issues with, I feel like a lot of other issues are going to be opened up by letting Dragonite and Extreme Speed go, and the multi-scale. So we'll see. Probably the original team's better, but it was fun to experiment with this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, I'm going to try to time this right. Thank you for joining. End this in... Oh, actually, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, which is... I've gotten some comments basically saying, you know, I seem like really agitated in streams lately, or like more like commonly upset than normal. I'm, you know, well, as I told you guys, life's been a little rough lately. But I'm very rarely, if ever, like actually upset during streams. Like obviously when a bit of RNG happens, it's like, come on, that sucks. But you know, I feel like I thought at least my reactions tended to be pretty mild. And I also try to like just be more, I guess, what do you say, vocally engaging. Cause I know you can't see my face. There are a lot of things you can't see that I'm doing. Cause you know, it's you just listening to my voice. So I try to be like a little more animated in everything. And even like when stuff, I'm like, oh no, you know, when something goes bad, and like super hyped when something goes well. But if I'm playing Pokemon on my own, I'm just kind of sitting here like silently. I might do like a tiny fist bump if I get like a crazy play. You know, like I just don't have big reactions when I'm alone. So I try to do that for the viewing experience, but I don't know if it's not coming across well. Maybe it seems like I'm just like super grumpy or kind of my somber tone combined with it isn't translating well. I don't know, because it seems like I'm getting more comments than I used to about the people seeming like I'm in a bad mood. And I don't want to be bringing the vibes down. So let me know in the comments if you're listening to this, if you listen to the VODs, like, you know, should I, do you want to just kind of see like not as animated, I guess, reactions when like something goes poorly? Should I just kind of be like, oh, you know, like, because we can do that too. I can just kind of be more, I don't know, I guess positive. Anyway, though, yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I mean, it's someone. I'm sure someone in comments is gonna be like, "No, don't worry about people like just be yourself." And it's like they're kind of both myself. Like I can be more, because on one hand, it feels natural to try to be more animated. When the voice is all you can hear, like on calls with people, I tend to try to do more vocal inflection. You know, that kind of thing. But also like, you know, I can just kind of tone it down. Someone said the stack of streams seemed so rough on you. See, that's the thing, like it was not, I mean, I was having a rough night, but it had nothing to do with the stack attacker. But anyway, yeah, just let me know. I want the stream to be good vibes. I want people to enjoy it. I always try to make you know, I want this to make your day better, not, never worse. I never want you to have a worse day. So just let me know let me know if the vibes have seemed off lately, and if so, you know, should I, if I should try to adjust that. So anyway, sorry for the long rant at the end, just wanted to get through that. And yeah, with that, thank you guys very much for joining, and try to time